Pompey in motion. Right up the gut is Brooks, and he will find the end zone.
Falcons nil, and another shot on goal! Lynch sets back. Pass complete to Fernandez, and he's going to pick up about 6. He gets through 2 defenders. Coming out is White, and he is first to the ball. Thomas regains right at the top of the circle, in, clicks off, and a goal!
That pass play intercepted! And it's going to be taken all the way to the house. Hey,
Switching sides. Good communication there to have Asadi hit that one. And finally a mistake.
here's a run up the middle, barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown goes.
Spacey's going to cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in?
Pompey in motion. Right up the gut is Brooks, and he
Good
will
afternoon
find
and welcome
the
to
end zone.
season 2 of RIL football here on Fans Only Sports Network. Thank you for joining us in the broadcast booth tonight. Matt Jones alongside Chris Carbone Jr. Chris, last year, not exactly the season we thought it was going to be. We were playing football in mid-March, not something that we're very used to. Here we are just a few months later, back in September where we normally had it.
Yeah, finally a 10-game season, not like the 5-game that we had last year. Finally be able to see some of these teams in some action.
Yeah, the Cranston West Falcons, not exactly the season that they thought they were going to have last year. Still a very young
pass
team.
play
Intercepted! Under their belt now.
Yeah, you'll see a
And
lot
it's
of
going
their
to be
teams
taken
maybe
all the way
sophomores
to the
last year,
house.
bringing up
Hey.
as juniors, also with a lot of key seniors. I think they could have a good young team with a possible chances here.
Coventry had the season they wanted to last year.
There's
There's a run up the middle, barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown
They have a very good team. They're returning a lot of players, but making that jump from D3 to D2, see if they can continue their dominance.
And talking about those players at hand, the keys to the game tonight for either one of these sides, for the Falcons and the Ogres, both kind of playing the same way in the first game of the season.
Yeah, possessions is key, especially with low numbers on both sidelines, as you can see, especially for Cranston West. And also third down conversions. That's something that Cranston West struggled with last year. They've had a lot of 3-and-outs. They need to convert and make these downs count. And clock management as well, going off of possession. You got to make sure you get the defense some rest, because they're going to be on the field a lot with not a lot of subs.
2 players to look at on both sides of the ball.
That
We'll talk
pass
about
play
intercepted. Their fullback, if they can
And it's going to be taken all the way to the house. A great running back who, despite only playing 6 games last year, put the ball in the end zone 7 times. Also with an impressive 50 yards of rushing per game.
Here's a run up the middle, barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown.
We're
going to go on the defensive side with Cranston West and Rory Perino.
Rory, a big body man on the offensive and defensive line, ranks 26 for his class, currently uncommitted, looking to see if the big man can get some work down in the trenches.
So that's where we stack up for this one on the pregame show. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back and be ready for Game 1 of the 2021 RIL season, the Injury Fund charity game tonight between the Cranston West Falcons and the Coventry Ogres. You're watching Rhode Island High School football right here on Fans Only Sports Network.
White, and he is first to the ball. Thomas regains right at the top of the circle, in, clicks off, and a goal!
That pass play intercepted! And it's going to be taken all the way to the house. Hey,
Switching sides. Good communication there to have Asadi hit that one. And finally a mistake.
here's a run up the middle, barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown goes.
Spacey's going to cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in?
Pompey in motion. Right up the gut is Brooks, and he will find the end zone.
Falcons nil, and another shot on goal! Sets back. Fernandez, and he's going to pick up about 6 through 2 defenders. Coming out is White, and he is first to the ball. Thomas regains right at the top of the circle, in, clicks off, and a goal!
That pass play intercepted! And it's going to be taken all the way to the house. Hey,
Switching sides. Good communication there to have Asadi hit that one. And finally a mistake.
Here's a run up the middle, barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown. Goes.
Spacey's going to cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in?
Pompey in motion. Right up the gut is Brooks, and he will find the end.
Lynch sets back. Pass complete to Fernandez, and he's going to pick up about 6. He gets through 2 defenders. Coming out is White, and he is first to the ball. Thomas regains right at the top of the circle. In, clicks up, and a goal.
That pass play intercepted. And it's going to be taken all the way to the house.
Switching sides. Good communication there to have Asadi hit that one. And finally a mistake.
Here's a run up the middle, barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown. Good evening and welcome inside Cranston High School West Stadium, aptly known as the Falcons Nest. It is RIL football coverage on Fans Only Sports Network. Matt Dillis alongside Chris Carbone Jr. And we're going to take a quick look at the weather for tonight's game. A nice day that we've had so far, and it's going to stay that way. Sunny and 66. It's no humidity, so it feels like 66. And we had a north-northwest wind that was blowing at around 10 miles an hour. It actually kind of stopped as we saw a dead stick on the flag, and we'll see if that continues as the
Thomas regains right at the top of the circle. In, clicks
meeting
up,
at center field
goal.
for the coin toss. That pass play intercepted. Tyler and it's going to be taken all the way to the house.
Switching sides. Good communication there to have
And while it
Asadi
feels
hit
like
that
we
one.
left the press box
And
just a few
finally
months
a
ago from
mistake.
football season, here's a run up the middle, barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown. Where we normally should have it and should have a full season as well.
Pompey in motion. Right up the gut is Brooks, and he will find the end zone.
Falcons, no shot on goal.
So Cranston West has won the toss and elected to defer, so they will get the ball for the second half.
Sets back.
And Coventry, therefore, will receive the opening kickoff. Tonight's game is brought to you by Manny Sports.
He is first
We have
to
been
the
in
ball.
Cumberland. Check out
regains right at the top of the circle. In,
for more
clicks up,
information
and a
by Second Time
goal.
Around Sports, located in Cranston. Pass play intercepted. Projects for all your landscaping, and it's going to be taken all the way to the house. Contact Tag Projects for more
Communication there to
information.
have Asadi hit that one.
Clean sheet
Finally
for
a
both
mistake.
sides. There's a run up the middle, barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown. Goes. Got to start from the opening series.
Even though this game may mean nothing to the official regular season
Motion.
standings,
Right up the gut
this
is
is still a
Brooks,
huge
and he
statement
will
game
find the
for
end
both
zone.
teams, as Coventry being a Division III team, bumping up to Division II, beating a Division I team would be big today, and this also is a big game for West, coming off a kind of a disappointing season. You want to start yourself on the right foot and beat this good Coventry team.
Pass complete to Fernandez, and he's going to pick up about
So it's going to be West lining up
coming out
to
is
kick
White,
off.
and he is first to the ball. Thomas regains right at the top of the circle. In, clicks
And it's going to
up,
be Madison
and a
Alves.
goal.
A pretty good pass play intercepted. Right, as I've mentioned, and it's going to be taken all the way to the house. In her senior season, so the last time we will see her on a field, and she's got a quick turnaround as the there's a run up the middle, barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown. Goes.
Spacey's going to cut back the other way
Bring home a
to the
championship for that
5.
soccer
Did he
team
get
as
in?
well.
And we'll be back here in the Nest on Thursday for their game against Barrington. That kicks off at 4 p.m. Eastern right here on Fans Only Sports Network. All Cranston West Falcons varsity sports through the fall season can be seen right here on fansonlysports.com. Kickoff. And we are underway on the football season, and a big hit right away and
Coming
barreling
out is
through
White, and he is
up to
first
the
to the ball.
35-yard line
Regains
is
right at the top of the
Coventry
circle.
runner,
Clicks up and a goal.
and that's number 4,
That
Max
pass play
the
intercepted,
sophomore running back,
and it's going to be taken all the way to the house. Hey,
Switching
Good
sides.
opening return for the Ogres to set
Good
themselves up
communication there to have Asadi hit
close
that
to
one.
midfield, so that's always a good
And
place to
finally
start.
a
See
mistake.
their opening
here's a
drive.
run up the middle, barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown
scrimmage.
goes
Spacey's going to cut back the other way to the 5.
Split
Did he
2
get
in the backfield.
Poppy in motion. Right up the gut is Brooks.
Snap
and
and
he
a
will
run up
find
the
end
middle
zone.
by Maranang. And the tackle by number 77, St. Joseph. My fault. It was 71, Jacob
Pass
Robert.
complete to Fernandez, and he's going to pick up about 6. Gets through 2 defenders. Coming out
So
is
they lose
White, and he is
one on the
first to
play,
ball.
makes it for 2nd and
Rush
11.
regains right at the top of the circle. In, clicks up and a goal.
that pass play
There we go,
intercepted,
numbers situated up here that
and it's going to
Nelson
be taken
Motley.
all the way to the house. Hey,
Switching
we
sides.
expand the roster here. Handoff screen pass there, and it's incomplete. Attempted to number
And finally a
29.
mistake.
here's a run up the middle,
Wow.
barreling hard and
Just
into the
out
end
of
zone.
the tips of his
Touchdown
fingers, and it's
goes.
gonna be
Spacey's going
third
to cut back
down.
the other way to the 5. Did he get in?
Poppy in motion. Right up the gut is Brooks, and he will find
Inside
the
of
end
the
zone.
first minute of action here, and the Falcons defense looking like they're ready to go for the season. And here's the first 3rd down conversion of the night.
Yeah, going with the 3 defensive line run. Already showing pressure with
Sets
only 3
back.
down linemen. It's pretty
Pass complete to
impressive.
Fernandez, and he's going to pick up about 6. Gets through 2 defenders.
Split backfield
Coming
again.
out is White,
The
and
Ogres
he is
trying to go
first
this
to
time,
the
and they
ball.
get it out front,
Thomas
picking
regains
up
right at the top of the
5
circle.
on the
In,
play, but it's going to
clicks
force
up
4th
and a
down.
goal.
A pass out there to Cam Vesey.
That pass play
Tackle right
intercepted,
there by number 1, Marcus Chung, coming
and it's
off
going to be
the
taken
blocker,
all the way
picking
to
up
the
big
house.
play, only
Hey,
allowing a gain of 5, and now punt for the Ogres.
Communication there to have
So
Asadi
a
hit that one.
first
And finally a
3
mistake.
and out.
here's a run up the
by the
middle,
Cranston
barreling hard and
defense.
into the end zone. Touchdown goes.
Spacey's going to cut back the other way.
And
to
now a
5.
punt
Did he
return
get in?
opportunity.
Poppy in motion. Right up the gut is Brooks, and he will find the end zone.
Low snap. High kick, booming end over end. It's going to take a bounce, pop straight up, and then we'll be down at the 35-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10
Pass complete to Fernandez, and he's going to pick up
for
about
the
6. Gets through
Falcons
2 defenders.
offense, and they will
Coming
come out
is White, and he is first
under
to
the
ball.
power of
Thomas
the
regains right at the top of
junior
the circle.
number
In,
11, Matt
clicks up
Defusco.
and a goal.
Defusco, another one of those young
That
key
pass
players
play
that
intercepted,
was a sophomore starter.
and it's going to be taken all the way to the house. Hey,
Last year, but
Sides.
young team, growing with this team, see if he can turn it around this junior
Asadi hit
season.
that one.
10-14 left to go here in the first
Finally
quarter.
a
Thank you for
mistake.
tuning in tonight.
here's a
on
run up
Family
the
Sports
middle,
Network.
barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown goes.
Little
Spacey's gonna
motion
cut
there in the
back the other way
backfield.
to the 5. Did he get in?
Defusco takes a snap. Hands
Poppy
off.
in
It's
motion.
powered
Right
up
gut
the
is
middle.
Brooks, and he will find the end zone.
And they're going to pick up about 3 on the play. And Marcus Chung, the running back, punching forward. Picks up 2 on the play for 2nd and
It was a way to make something
Sets
out of
back.
nothing as he was stopped
Pass complete to
quickly in
Fernandez,
the
and he's going
backfield,
to pick up
able
about
to make a
6.
man
Gets
miss
through
and
2
at least get
defenders.
some sort of
Coming
progress.
out
They
is
give him
White,
the
and
3
he
and
is
make it
first
2nd and
to the
7.
ball. Thomas regains right at the top of the circle. In, clicks up and a goal.
That
difference
pass play intercepted,
This year to last
and
year
it's
is
going to be
Braden
taken all the way to the house.
Powers
Hey,
went through for a pickup of 3. Cheerleaders and fans and students back in the stands, and they are making noise in the nest.
Yeah,
Here's a run up the middle, barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown goes.
Spacey's going to cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in?
Very different from some of the quiet
Right up the
stadiums,
gut
quiet
is
arenas
Brooks,
during
and he
hockey
will
and basketball
find the end
seasons that
zone.
we sat in. And a whistle, or at least I thought I heard a whistle right on the start, but instead it actually goes through, and they pick up another 3 on the play, and they're going to have a very manageable 4th and 2.
Coming out is White, and he is first to the ball.
Gain right here.
Regains right at the top of the circle, and cuts off and a goal.
Steps in the backfield.
Now, pass play intercepted.
Carry was
And it's going to be taken all the way to the house.
Hey, this time around, it'd be a first down for the Falcons.
Good communication there to have Asadi hit that one. And finally a mistake.
There's a run up the middle, barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown. Goes
out, called by Cranston.
Poppy in motion, right up the gut is Brooks, and he will find
So
the
a
end zone.
3 and out defensively. Now you're converting the 3rd down to a manageable 4th and 2. What do they have to do here? You mentioned Braden Stetson, but do they see Coventry maybe keying in on the run for a blitz?
Honestly, I could, because to start the game for Coventry, they were in a 6-man front, so I could see them going 6 or 7, maybe 8 in the box, so maybe spreading it out like Cranston is doing as it is, as they are a speed team. Maybe we could see.
Now, pass play intercepted.
Wide receivers listed in
And it's going to be taken all the way to the house. Hey,
no, Julian also, so we can see what they do here. Split backfield on 4th and 2.
Finally a mistake.
here's a run up the middle, barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The back gets lit up. Flag flies on the play. Face mask, and it's going to be first down, Falcons.
And he will find the end zone.
We'll wait for the official call, but you could see Chung's head kind of get slashed to the side as he was going around the back there. So it looks likely this is going to be a first down, and of course it was also DeFusco comes right over and giving the arm signal.
Coming out is White, and he is first to the ball.
Very evident that we're going to get a movement of the chains here, and here's going to be the call. And it's
now pass play intercepted.
So offsetting penalties.
And it's going to be taken all the way to the house. Hey.
Switching sides.
So there was a penalty called against Cranston, and then the face mask call against Coventry. So they just
there's a run up the middle, barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown. Goes
and counting left to go here in the first quarter.
Poppy in motion, right up
now
the gut
it's just one in the backfield. This time they go to
Chung, and he barreled through to midfield. Marcus Chung, a big run for first down.
Great run, showing the speed right as soon as he grabs that ball. He's downhill, shoulders forward, he's running with a purpose.
Lynch sets back.
So it's going to be first and 10 for the Falcons from midfield. Their first 3rd down of the night converted, their first 4th down of the night converted.
He is first to the ball. Regains right at the top of the circle, and cuts off and a goal.
That certainly makes the Red Storm
pass play intercepted. And it's going to be taken all the way to the house. Hey. Snap on first down. Chung bobbles, the ball comes out, and it is
finally a mistake.
There's a run up the middle, barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown.
Goes down there at the bottom of the pile as well, too, and actually it's Coventry ball.
Poppy in motion, right up the gut is Brooks, and he will find the end zone.
So fumble, and Coventry wrestles it out at the bottom of the pile, and they're going to get first and 10 from the 46-yard line.
Very unfortunate sequence of events for the Falcons on that one after picking up a huge 4th down. Coventry coming with a big play, and that's huge for them after they had their first offensive possession being a 3 and out.
Regains right at the top of the circle, and cuts off and a
We'll see what they can do this time around.
Now pass play intercepted.
For the Oakers. On first down,
and it's going to be taken all the way to the house. Hey,
right at the 41, and then pulled down as Cam Vesey. Pulled down by the opposite number 1 Marcus Chung.
Here's a run up the middle, barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown. Goes
to the 5. Did he get in?
2nd and 6.
Poppy in motion. Right up the gut is Brooks,
From the
and he will
41
find
and
the
a
end zone.
Falcons. No, another shot on goal.
Tonight's game brought to you by Pack Projects, by Manny Sports in Cumberland, and by Second Time Around Sports in Cranston. In one of the
Sets back.
2021 regular season where it's regularly supposed to be is Gavin Nurmi with an end-around run, and Nurmi gets a first down and then some down to the 26-yard line. Big pickup.
Big pickup by the
That
quarterback.
pass play intercepted.
Run the defensive
And
end,
it's going to be
get the
taken all the
outside,
way to the house.
gain
Hey,
and out of bounds for a first down.
Biggest yardage gain of the game so far for the Okers. The first
there's a run up the middle, barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown. Goes.
Spacey's going to cut back the other way to the 5.
So we saw this as a possibility
Poppy in
that
motion.
they could
Right up the gut
platoon
is Brooks,
quarterbacks,
and he will
but it seems
find
like
the
Gavin
end zone.
Nurmi really is the one who's getting it done so far here in the first. Here's Nurmi again, handoff carried. That's Carnival this time trying to go up the middle. He's going to pick up about 4 on the play, and it's going to set up a 2nd and about
Lynch
6.
sets back. Pass complete to Fernandez, and he's going to pick
Big
up
run
about
by
6
the
against through 2
fullback.
defenders.
To get
Coming
downhill
out
and just
is
lower his
White,
shoulder
and
do
he
what
is
any
first
fullback's
to the
supposed to do.
ball.
Just get 3 yards at a time.
Thomas regains right at the
Midway
top of the
through the
circle.
first quarter here, no
Clicks
score.
up and a goal.
As
That
the Okers
pass
are
play
in their second
intercepted.
offensive possession, and
And it's going to be
seemingly
taken all the way
better
to the house.
this time
Hey,
around than the 3 and out that they had. In motion goes Santilli. Nurmi steps back. He's going to get wrapped up and down.
there's a
for
run up the
sack.
middle,
First goal of
barreling
the night.
hard and into the end zone.
Huge sack by the
Touchdown.
Falcons.
Goes.
Spacey's going to cut
And
back
that'll be
the
a
other way
big loss
to
on
the
that one
5.
as he
Did he
rolled
get
back
in?
about 7 yards, and that'll be a 3rd and
Poppy
very
in
long.
motion. Right up
Sends
the
him
gut
back
is Brooks,
behind the
and
line
he
of
will
scrimmage,
find
the original
end
line of
zone.
scrimmage, by about 2 or 3 yards. And so it's going to look like it's going to be about 3rd down and 12. And now you went from a manageable 3rd down to a you're completely off program 3rd
Pass
down.
complete to
Yeah, now we're gonna be
Fernandez,
seeing
and
if
he's
they
going to
look
pick
for
up
the air on
about
this
6 against
one.
through 2 defenders.
Well, they tried to go out to Carnival
once
once that didn't work. They've gone to Betsy
regains right at
twice
the
and
top of the
it has
circle.
worked.
In.
So we'll see what they do here.
Clicks up
Betsy's
and
out in the screen. This one goes over top of
That
Logan
pass
Zelenak's
play
hands.
intercepted.
And incomplete. And
It's going to be taken
down,
all the way
and
to the house.
Falcons
Hey,
defense has now held the Okers twice.
Yeah, twice. That was a good play call by the Okers on that one.
Finally,
as
a
he ran
mistake.
that curl route.
there's a run up the
Perfection
middle,
quarterback.
barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown.
However, now they're looking
Goes.
to- I say they go for it now. Inside the 50, might as well. I mean, in a game that doesn't go on the stat sheet at
Right
the
up
end
the
of
gut
the day, might
is
as well go
Brooks,
for
and
it.
he
Yeah,
will
Nurmi's
find
back
the
under
end
center
zone.
here. They're going to go 3 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Split off eye in the backfield. Nurmi is going to get wrapped up in the backfield and hauled down, losing 4 more yards on the play. The ball is going to get spotted at the 45, 1st and 10 Falcons.
Coming out is White,
The
and he is
7,
first
Rory
to the
Perino.
ball.
We mentioned him
Thomas
during the
regains right
pregame
at the
show
top
as a
of the
player to
circle.
watch,
In.
getting
Clicks
the
up
sack
and a goal.
on Nurmi, his 2nd sack of the
Pass
game.
play intercepted.
Big time player making a big play.
And
when
it's going to
it
be
matters the most.
taken all the way
Down.
to the house.
Pocket
Hey,
collapses, and the Falcons attack again. That's another sack to add to the tally sheet for the Falcons early in this one.
And finally a
A
mistake.
little over
There's
4
a run
minutes
up
left to
the
go
middle,
here in the
barreling
first.
hard and
Falcons
into the
back
end
on
zone.
offense now for the
Touchdown.
second time tonight.
Goes.
Spacey's going to cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in?
Taking all the time they can. Snap
Poppy
here,
in
handed
motion.
off.
Right up the gut is
And
Brooks,
around,
and he will
picking up
find
about
the end
2
zone.
on the play. Looks to be Dimitri LeBlanc getting his first run of the game.
Another hard runner right there is Dimitri. However, he is stopped by the big man at number 55.
Lynch sets back. Pass complete to Fernandez, and he's going to pick up
55
about
will
6
get
against
in the
through 2
hole right
defenders.
away as soon as
Coming
Dimitri's
out
right
is
turn
White,
around
and he
to
is
open up
first
the
to the
second down.
ball. Thomas regains right at the top of the circle. In.
Inside of the last
Clicks
4
up
minutes to
and
go
a
here in
goal.
the 1st quarter. Thank you for tuning in
That
tonight.
pass
on
play
PregameSports.com.
intercepted. And it's going to be taken all the way to the house.
Trying to throw one out. That one is in traffic of a number of Oakers jerseys, but falls to the turf.
And finally,
An incomplete pass.
There's a run up the
as
middle,
Tupuso
barreling
ran out
hard
of
and
options.
into the end zone. Touchdown. Goes
Clock
He's going to cut back the other way to the
set a
5. Did he
third
get
down.
in?
Luckily, that pass wasn't intercepted.
Poppy
Taken
in
the other
motion.
way.
Right up the gut
However,
is Brooks, and
thankfully,
he will
the Falcons
find the
are going
end zone.
down. It will
No,
be
no,
third down.
goal.
All the talk about
Lynch
quarterbacks
sets
in
back.
Rhode Island, quarterbacks in New England, Mac
Hernandez,
Jones.
and he's going to pick up about
Mac
6
and
against
cheese
two
time in
defenders.
Foxborough.
Coming out is White,
So yeah,
and
that
he
works
is
for new
first to
quarterbacks.
the
Here's
ball.
a run on the outside.
Regains
Big
right at the top of the
pickup
circle.
play
In,
from
clicks
Chung
up,
once
and in
again,
goal.
and he's going to get out of bounds.
That pass
About
play
2 or 3
intercepted.
shy of the first down. It's going to make a
And
very
it's going to be
manageable
taken
fourth
all the way to the
and
house.
2
Hey,
again.
Very shifty runner. As you can see on that one, was able to make a man miss at the line of scrimmage.
And
Was able to
finally, a
turn
mistake.
a short game.
There's a run up
into
the
chunk
middle,
game.
barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown. Goes.
Spacey's going to cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in?
So we're calling it 4th and
Poppy in
2
motion.
based
Right
on
up the gut is
the
Brooks,
hash
and
mark
he
the
will find
referee
the end
is
zone.
standing at.
No,
But
no, no,
this one, by ball position, could be a lot closer. See what they can do here. Tupuso under center, dead I formation, barreling it right up through the middle. He's off to the races. How far is this one going to go? Huge pickup and tackle down from behind at the
Hernandez,
20.
and he's going to pick up about 6. Gets through 2 defenders.
It's number
Coming out
20.
is White, and he is first
Number
to the
20,
ball.
Dimitri LeBlanc,
Thomas
the
regains
junior
right at the top of the
running
circle.
back.
In,
Big
cuts up, and
run,
goal.
big first down.
That pass play
Off
intercepted.
tackle as Dimitri's able to pound
And it's
that
going to be
right
taken
down.
all the way
Instead
to
of
the
only
house.
He turned
Hey.
a 2-yard gain into almost a 25 plus.
And the Falcons in business in the red zone for the first time tonight as here's another run right up the middle.
There's a run up the middle, barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown. Goes.
Heavy dose of these young running backs is what the Oakers have been getting today, and it doesn't look like the Falcons are
Poppy
shying
in
away from
motion.
that
Right
at
up the
all.
gut is Brooks, and he will find the end zone.
Falcons. No, no, Sean, goal.
2nd and 8. From inside the 20.
LeBlanc again.
Puts his shoulder.
Hernandez,
Sorry,
and he's gonna
that's
pick
going to
up about
actually
6
be
through 2
Stetson this
defenders.
time around.
Coming out is
Putting the
White,
shoulder down to
and he is
barrel
first
through.
to the
So it's
ball.
2-0 and 2-1.
Thomas regains right at the top of the circle.
Running
In,
the ball
clicks up,
downfield.
and a
Two
goal.
very different runners. You have some
That
runners.
pass play
who are quick,
intercepted.
You have some of the big guys down low.
And it's going to be
fullbacks
taken
who are
all the way
down
to
low.
the house. Hey,
Yeah, Brady Stetson giving that Rex Burkhead vibe. Put the shoulder down, put the head down, and run. Here's a split open in the gap. Trying to get through it, closes up very quickly.
there's a run up the
Getting back to
middle, barreling hard and
there.
into the end zone.
And sets
Touchdown.
up still
Goes.
a manageable
He's gonna cut
3rd
back the other way
and
to
2.
the 5. Did he get in?
Poppy in
4th and
motion.
2.
Right up the gut is Brooks, and he will find
Poppy's
the
right,
end
looks
zone.
to
No, no,
stick before they switched it. We hit the 2-minute mark remaining in the first quarter. No score. Biggest offensive series of the night so
Sets
far
back.
for either side.
Complete to Hernandez,
Falcons
and he's
first
gonna
to
pick
make
up
it into
about
the red zone
6
tonight.
through 2 defenders.
They go here
Coming out is
to
White, and he is
Stetson,
first to
barrels
the ball.
across. He got
Thomas
across the
regains
10.
right at
It's
the top
going
of
to
the
be a
circle.
first
In,
down for the
clicks up, and
Falcons.
a goal.
Huge
That pass
for
play
the Falcons, and there was
intercepted.
pressure as soon as Stetson got the
And it's
ball.
going
A
to
little
be
bit of
taken
a
all the way
back
to
in
the house.
game.
Hey,
However, the big body of Stetson is able to fall forward and almost every time get you positive gain.
To the
Finally, a mistake.
9-yard line.
there's a run up the middle, barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown. Goes.
Continue to work here
To the 5.
with
Did he get
Stetson
in?
in the backfield behind Tupuso.
Poppy
One with
in
LeBlanc,
motion.
I
Right up the gut
formation.
is
One split
Brooks,
wide
and
as
he will
Chung.
find
This
the
time they're
end
going to go
zone.
to LeBlanc. LeBlanc's going to barrel through. He's going to pick up 3 or 4 on the play, too. This one's going to go down to about the 7 or 8.
Good carry on that one. Slow gains has it been so far for the
Lynch
Falcons,
sets
only
back.
gaining 4 or 5 at a time. That's
and
all
he's
you
going to
need
pick
to
up
move the
about
chains,
6
and it
through
also
2
drains the
defenders.
clock, as we were talking
Coming
about
out
possession.
is White, and he is first to the ball.
50 seconds left to
Punish
go
regains
here
right
in
at
the
top of the
first
circle.
quarter.
In, clicks off, and a goal.
That pass play intercepted. And it's going to be taken all the way to the house. A
Barreling through down to about the 3-yard line
Saudi hit that one.
is number 21,
And
Braden
finally a
Stetson.
mistake.
Here's a run up the middle, barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown.
That's a
Goes-
third and goal from the 4. With 20 seconds left, are they going to try to get the play off
Motion right up the
before
gut
the end of
is
the quarter?
and he will
Yeah,
find
DeFusco's
the
hurrying
end
the
zone.
huddle, telling him to get to the line. They're going to try to punch us in at the end of the first quarter.
9 seconds to go. They get the snap off. Running through. Touchdown, Falcons.
Lynch sets back. Pass complete to Fernandez, and he's going to pick up about 6. Gets through 2 defenders. Coming out is White,
Braden
and he is first to the
Stetson
ball.
Gets the
Punish regains
arms
right at the top of the
stretched
circle.
across.
In, clicks off,
And gets the
goal.
touchdown, and the
That pass
on
play
the board
intercepted.
for the Falcons.
And it's going to be
As they
taken all the way to
strike
the house.
Iron
Hey,
is hot here at the end of the first quarter.
Patient there to have Saudi hit that one.
What a way to get in the end
Finally a
zone for the
mistake.
big man.
Here's a run up the middle, barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown. Goes.
As we had Brennan last year, and now his younger brother Brady this year.
They get the extra point from Alvis up
Right up the
and
gut.
good, and it's
And he will
7-0
find the end
Falcons
zone.
as we hit the zeros at the end of the first quarter. We're going to take a quick
Find the end zone.
Lynch sets back. Pass complete to Fernandez, and he's going to pick up about 6. Gets through 2 defenders. Coming out is White, and he is first to the ball. Punish regains right at the top of the circle. In, clicks off, and a goal.
That pass play intercepted. And it's going to be taken all the way to the house. A
Switching sides. Good communication there to have Saudi hit that one. And finally a mistake.
Here's a run up the middle, barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown. Goes.
Spacey's going to cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in?
We are back for the second quarter of action. And kickoff here, and it's caught by number 4 for Coventry. And that's Max Letourneau getting the run back. So Max Letourneau with the run back there gets the ball to the 36-yard line and sets up 1st and 10 for the Oakers, who really did not have much of an answer on offense for this Cranston West defense.
Yeah, the defense has been pressuring, especially in the front 8. That box has been pressuring a lot, and as you can see right now, Coventry looking to switch it up, going to the spread.
Just 1 in the backfield, 3 to the right. They move Santilli in motion, flag thrown. Timeout called, actually. So timeout called, the second timeout of the half called by the Oakers. So they'll only have 1 timeout left to work with here with 11:52 left to go on the clock.
Yeah, looking to see if things can change, especially on the offensive side of the ball for Coventry, like how we've been mentioning all day. Seeing if they can get some of that work done with their fullback. I know he's a breakout player, but the pressure's been there for the Falcon. The pressure has been there, especially like I've been saying, the front 8 have been there. The outside's getting the pressure, and the cornerbacks have been doing a good job so far containing the wide receivers.
Thank you for tuning in tonight on Fans Only Sports Network for all Cranston West High School action throughout the fall season. You can go to Fans Only Sports Network. That's fansonly, SPORTZ.com. Thanks to our sponsors for tonight's game, PAG Projects, Second Time Around Sports, and Manny's Sports. Matt Jolis alongside Chris Carbone Jr. We get to officially call you a Falcons alumni now.
Yeah, there you go.
Welcome back to your old stomping grounds, though. And here's a pass play that goes just over the head of a few different West defenders and incomplete. Sets up a 2nd and 10.
Coming down from that safety possession was number 20, Dimitri LeBlanc, who was able to just break that one up as he was able to jump the route and actually almost intercept that.
We'll be right back here in the nest on Thursday afternoon. Cranston West Falcons girls soccer action between the Falcons and the Barrington Eagles. Here's a huge run play for the Oakers, their biggest possession of the game offensively, down to the 24, goes number 29, Jaden Carnival.
Huge run.
And they've broken out the offense now.
There's a huge run by the fullback from Coventry, able to getting outside and finally able to break one deep for Coventry.
Our president and CEO of the network, Ron Robert, just came up here in the press box, and I thought he thought he was on the sidelines of a football game or whatever, all slapping us on the back and everything. We love Ron. We thank him so much for everything he's done in helping build all of RLR Enterprises, Fans Only Sports Network, Food Junkies, Naked Sports, RR Elite Recruits. This has been, one heck of a project. Here's a looping play all the way down to the 2. And hauling it in for a huge pickup was number 10, Alex Santilli. So the motion man for the Oakers offense finally goes in motion all the way out in the flat and hauls one down at the 2.
Back-to-back big plays for the Oakers on offense. Now they're looking to knock on the door and punch one in. First points of the season for the Oakers.
Just inside of a minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Oakers run game goes in for the touchdown, and it's number 6, Geraldo Madanong. So the senior running back brings on the first points of the board for Coventry and makes it 7-6, and we'll see how they line up here. Do they have a kicking game, or are they going for 2? They are going to go for the kicking game, and it's going to be Cam Vesey handling the kicking duties. Snap, back, placed, tipped, and no good. So the Falcons get the block in and send it wide right, and it's going to take a 7-6 advantage for the Falcons into their first offensive possession of the second quarter.
That is a big reason why special teams are very important in football. Coventry with a great drive right there, however, not able to capitalize on a PAT, and now they're still looking behind in the scoreboard.
If you tuned in right at the beginning of the second quarter and was wondering why the Falcons were kicking off to start the second quarter, they scored the touchdown right as the clock ran out. So they kicked the point after attempt. Madison Alves got that good for us to put us at 7-0, and therefore Madison Alves was kicking off to start the second quarter of the game, something you don't normally see unless you get a touchdown right at the buzzer as they did. So this will be the Falcons' first offensive possession of the second quarter as they'll receive the kickoff. The Falcons did defer on the coin toss, so they also will be able to have that opportunity of receiving the kickoff to start the second half. So with 10.5 left to go here in the first half, they're going to be looking to try to put a little bit of breathing space between them and the Ochres.
Yeah, looking to hopefully have another long drive like the last one, really taking a lot of time of possession, huge in this game. So seeing if they can repeat that for another drive.
Booming end-over-end kick goes down at the 5, running up to the 30, across the 35, and getting pulled down finally, and looked to be Marcus Chung with the huge run back in great starting position. It's going to be between the 36, 37. Where are they going to spot this thing? Where did his knee go down? They're going to put his knee down at the 34.
Great return on that one. That was, like you were saying, a booming kick by the Coventry kicker on that one. And even though that was a great return back, still only at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, 30-yard run back as Chung caught that at the 4 and got it to the 34. And bottled up right there at the line of scrimmage, nowhere to go, was number 21, Braden Stetson.
Big tackle in the backfield by the big man, number 50, as he's able to get down in there as Ronnie Cardelli.
So Falcons working now with I formation backfield. Rolling back to Fusco, passing, big play, wide open at the 40, off to the races. Good night, touchdown Falcons. Marcus Chung.
What a throw downfield, selling the play action, and the cornerback completely lost Chung after his release, biting on the play action. And DeFusco had maybe the easiest throw of his life as Marcus Chung was wide open for the touchdown.
Marcus Chung was just kind of standing at the 40 numbers on the field, just, hey, I'm over here, looking like he's playing backyard football. And DeFusco just dropped it right into his hands, and he was off to the races. Here's Madison Alves, blocked kick. And so it's going to stay 13-6 with 9.5 left to go in the first half. And if you are the Falcons fan base, after the way you saw this team play last year, i.e. really this spring,
yeah,
this is almost a wholesale chemistry change.
Yeah, this is crazy. I mean, you can, if you were here right now in Cranston, you'd probably be able to hear this crowd right now from a couple houses down, a couple streets down. After that electric play right there, you could have heard the Red Storm from the other side of Cranston.
Well, they're hearing that one over at East, and we'll see how that one is going to feel for them. And if you are the other side, if you're East, you've got Coventry coming up next, and you're kind of looking at this game going, hey, wait a minute, maybe there's an opportunity for us.
Yeah, it's a huge game. I mean, high school football, every single game, anytime you can have a chance to watch another team's film, even if it's not you're playing that team, it's still beneficial at the end of the day, still being able to learn, and knowing that East will be able to see both of these teams later on in the year, that's a little bit of help right there.
We want to thank our sponsors for tonight's game, PAG Projects, for all your landscaping and snow removal needs. Contact PAG Projects as this kickoff is going to go out of bounds at the 15-yard line. So that's going to be a kick penalty. Also, second time around sports in Cranston, Rhode Island. And Manny's Sports now open once again in Cumberland, Rhode Island. Matt Gillis alongside Chris Carbone Jr. Tyler Ferreira is our cameraman. Mason Belcher, our producer tonight. We thank you for joining in on this season opening game on Fans Only Sports Network Season 2 of Rhode Island High School football for us. Ironically, all in 2021 as we were calling football games in late March, early April. I know Tyler and you were with me at a game at Cranston Stadium, and it was like
80 degrees outside calling a football game, and we're in shorts and a T-shirt going, this is very interesting. We're calling spring league football. It's going to be a free kick. They're going to decline the penalty and re-kick it. So Alves will have to go again, this time from the 35-yard line. And the Falcons fans chanting, "This is our house." And they certainly like what they're seeing on the scoreboard. Alva's booming end-over-end kick. This time she's going to get it down to the 25-yard line. Going to come up and get bottled up at the 36-37. Big tackle from 52, Daniel Nagala.
The Ochre is able to take advantage of that penalty and have decent field position as they will start their offense at the 39-yard line.
First and 10 from the 39. Putting in motion again, and they're going to call timeout, and that's the third and final timeout of the half available for the Ochres.
Definitely seeing some first game jitters from both sides. Both teams are not in full season form, obviously only their first preseason game of the year. As you can see, some of these mistakes will not be happening maybe even a week from now.
As we mentioned, the Coventry Ochres, they do have the Cranston East Thunderbolts coming up next Friday away at Stadium. And that game will be a 7 p.m. kickoff. The Cranston West Falcons will not see the East Thunderbolts until the traditional later point in the season. The return of the Thanksgiving Day game, a nice 10 a.m., I think 10 or 11 a.m. kickoff.
Yeah, it's actually been a little bit since we've had a Thanksgiving game because we had the COVID year last year, and then there was thunderstorms and Thanksgiving the year prior, so we had to have that on a Saturday.
Here's a snap back here, pass. This one's going to be caught right at the line of scrimmage and hauled down immediately as they were trying to get it to number 10. That's Alex Santilli. And Santilli was not as open this time as he was last time, and that's Noah Ciceron getting the tackle. Falcons will be right back here in the nest next Friday, 7 p.m. against West Warwick. Then they will find themselves on the road on the 17th to Shea before returning home against North Kingstown on the 24th. And that's their first. That concludes September set of play. Falcons defense pressuring hard. Pop ball 50-50. This one's going to get outside of the hands as Chung defended hard there against the opposing number 1 Cam Vesey. Incomplete. Vesey pleading for a pass interference call.
Yeah, something you can never do is change an official's mind, so all the pleading won't get you anywhere, sadly.
I think that's just about in any single sport
Yeah.
goes about. It's like once the official's really made his mind, that's sort of it. You can't really get it to go any other way. 3rd and 10, 8:18 left to go here in the first half. On the now broken in new field and stadium complex here at West, got its real, put in play during lacrosse season. Here's a run up across midfield. It's going to be good enough for a first down from number 29, Jaden Carnival.
It was good downfield running, as we've seen change since the first quarter, as the first quarter kind of quiet for the Okers altogether on offense, completely flipping the switch after that first 12 minutes. And you've seen the run game definitely in effect. And I think another reason for that is the Falcons just possession-wise. They can't get players off the field. You have people playing both sides of the football. It's a lot out there.
Yeah, we talked about small rosters against big rosters, and the Okers having almost 3 pages worth of players. The Falcons having just the short one. This one's going to go up for about 4 yards to the 45, and it's going to be second down, about 6. And despite the fact that the temperature has not dropped any, still 66 where we were at kickoff, the sun has gone down, and a little breeze that we expected to see has come through now, and you can feel it. Definitely feels like fall and football season back in Rhode Island.
It's a good feeling.
Snap, flat screen pass. That one is going to be tackled down behind the line of scrimmage. And it's Alex Santilli with the reception and Braden Stetson with the tackle. 6.5 left before the half. Falcons will get the ball to start the second half after they deferred from the opening toss. Big third down play here at 3rd and 8. Pressure again, side-arming it and getting it up for the first down. Huge reception there from number 8. That's Joey Smith for the first time tonight.
Good way for the quarterback, number 2, Nurmi, to really get out of the pocket and lead his man upfield. You can see him communicate, pointing to his targets on where to run, and it works out for a big first down completion.
Well, back when I was 14, 15, 16, if you threw a ball sidearm like that, the quarterback coach would be screaming in your face mask. You do it now, and everybody goes Patrick Mahomes.
That's how the game's changed over years.
Here's a huge run up the middle. That's going to pick up about 4 on the play. It's Jaden Carnival again. The senior running back, 5'10", 178 pounds, and puts all of it to use. So we saw a very defensive first quarter as we're going to get a timeout called here by the Falcons, their first timeout of the half called. 2nd and 7, and as I was about to say, it seemed like we were getting very defensive possessions the first half of this half, and then all of a sudden, Cranston gets on the scoreboard, and we then get into a shootout.
Yeah, it looks like it's been a pretty offensive ever since that first quarter. Like how you were saying, we've seen Coventry a completely different team after that first quarter. And like I'm saying, I think that also does have to the effect of them running out of gas. I mean, you can clearly tell numbers are very slim on the Falcons team, and that will come into effect later on into games as they go deeper into games.
Big news for Fans Only Sports Network this week for things coming up right away at the end of this month, and it's kind of almost bizarre to say that, but it will be ice hockey season by the end of this month, and a new spot for FOSN this fall. University of Rhode Island men's ice hockey season, all 16 home games right here on Fans Only Sports Network, and the Providence College women's club team will be also broadcasting their home games right here on Fans Only Sports Network. Huge announcement coming today from our president and CEO, Ron Robert. And around here, trying to pick up any yardage he can, getting up for about 5 on the play was Santilli.
Flags flying after the play.
Little fisticuffs.
Yeah, it looks like there was pushing and shoving.
Extracurriculars after the whistle, and a conference between the umpire and the center referee. Personal foul on the Falcons, personal foul on the Oakers. They'll offset the penalty and play the down. So just a little bit of unsportsmanlike conduct on both sides and offset, and we'll just continue on. So a third and about 4 to go.
It's a big play right here for both sides of the football team.
5 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. 13-6 Falcons over the Oakers on week 1 of the RIIL football season. Pass out in the flat. That one is caught by Santilli, hauled down right away.
Looks like he's going to be a yard short of that first down marker, and it's going to be 4th down in about inches.
And we'll see what the Falcons defense can come up with here. You almost kind of assume with the backfield that the Oakers have, this is going to be a bunch punch. Stick it in the box and ram it through. And actually, as I say that, I see Madanong lining up there in the backfield. And he is actually the lone back as they go in almost a wedge formation. They're actually going to give it on the pitch. End around, finding a gap and running all the way through to the house is Carnival for the touchdown.
A little bit of trickery, something we wouldn't expect out of a formation like that, and it executes on the 4th and inches for a long touchdown for the Oakers.
Line of scrimmage on that play was the 24. He took it all the way to the house for 6. And we'll see if they line up for the 2 to tie. Their last time kicking, it was blocked and went wide right, and they are going to line up for the 2. Madanong in the backfield. Carnival on the wedge. Carnival goes in motion again, just as he did on the touchdown play. This time he's going to be stopped a yard short. And so the Falcons will hold on to the 1-point lead once again at 13-12 with 4 minutes left to go here in the first half.
The past couple of drives have been all Coventry, and the Falcons bend but don't break defense after giving up a long touchdown. They don't break on that extra point. They're able to hold their ground, and because of that, they're still rewarded with the lead.
For Cranston West, how important is it to have players back on the lineup that you really didn't have last season? You know, we see Noah Polian on the roster, Safe Joseph obviously on the roster as well too. DeFusco had to battle with football season and wrestling season. How important is it for this team to get back to having those players available and not have to be focused on a second sport too?
That's a huge thing. I mean, only dealing with one sport is huge because all of your focus is now to only one sport. You're not cramming everything in. So I think also all those names are all returning players as well. So they're only building up this team.
Yeah, no, of course, we talked about it with things that, went in the spring. Of course, obviously, you were here for your senior season with lacrosse. Jacob Robert playing lacrosse, opting out of the wrestling season, left Cranston West without a heavyweight wrestler. This time around, he can easily go football, wrestling, lacrosse, no problem. Booming kickoff here, caught down at the 4, carried up to the 25, and the ball pops out, but he was down on the ground before it did, was Marcus Chung. So they're going to have 3:52 to work with from the 26-yard line, and we've not seen too many pass plays out of the Falcons, but they have connected well when they have been on the pass.
Yeah, especially that one great play-action play just last possession was Marcus Chung and Matt DeFusco's connection for the long 40-yard touchdown bomb.
So they're going to go I-formation backfield as they have most times tonight. Fake. DeFusco rolls out, tucks it, gets lit up at the line of scrimmage and actually sent back for a loss on the play, and that's going to be second down and 13. And it's 55 for the Coventry Oakers on the tackle. And a whistle and a timeout called. Injured player. I don't see any injured player down on the field.
From the Coventry bench, it seems like.
Oh, sitting down over on the Coventry bench is an injured player. And it looks to be number 10, Alex Santilli, that might be the player sitting over down on the bench. So they were waving the medical staff over. Here's another big play, blown up in the backfield and all the way down behind the 20. Huge loss for the Falcons once again. Wrapped up and hauled down was Hudson Carvalho.
Coventry's defense absolutely swarming the passing game these past two plays.
Clock. Run the clock. Just one split on the backfield. DeFusco flinches his shoulder, and he's going to get hauled down for a sack again. And the Falcons have gone 10 yards in the opposite direction.
Looks like there was nothing open for him right there, as it looked like every target that West sent out was covered, and they had Chung double team downfield, so they know who West Key's guy is now, and they're making sure to target that.
It was 74, Christian Lassan, the senior defensive end, on the tackle there for the Oakers. And the Falcons have gone from 1st and 10 at the 26 to 4th and 16, and they're just going to punt this one away. It's going to be caught at the 44-yard line, and they're going to get about 2 to the 43 and then taken down. And the Oakers are now going to have a minute and 38 to work with, and 1st and 10 from the 42.
Big drive right here looking to be put together with only a minute 38, seeing if they can punch something in and get something on the board going into half.
This game started 7-0 Falcons, went to 7-6, went to 13-6 to 13-12. Now the Oakers a chance to possibly take the lead going into the locker room for halftime. Carnival in the backfield to the right of Nurmi. Nurmi takes a snap, Carnival, and he's lit up in the backfield, somehow scatters away, throws this one off, incomplete. Gavin Nurmi got out of dodge there.
Very risky throw as he was stumbling to the ground as he throws that ball, almost intercepted by the cornerback number 13, Hudson Carvalho.
1:30 left to go. Clock stops with the incomplete pass, but Nurmi was almost wrapped up for about 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage and got out of dodge and came up with at least keeping it at the original line of scrimmage. Coventry under the direction of their head coach, Joey Goodhart, Anthony Carpinello, Andrew Giorgini, and Joe Letourneau, the assistant coaches. A Coventry team looking to try to have a replication of the success that they had last year here up a level this time around, and a big pass play caught. And it'll bring second down. It's number 18, Daniel Parent. His first catch of the evening. And just a minute left to go here in the first half. And a 3rd and 4, and the Falcons defense needs to come up big if they want to be able to take this lead to the half. Barreling through, it's Carnival again on a run inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. Jaden Carnival.
Huge run, as that has been the weakness to this Falcons defense, is the run game in this second quarter, and they've been executing big run plays left and right, as there's another one for a big gain.
They stop the clock to set the chains and then restart the clock, college rules. So you have to go very fast here, and it's Nurmi with Carnival in the backfield. Fakes to Santilli. Carnival up the middle is tackled down at the 15. Coventry has no timeouts remaining, might we remind you on that one. And now a timeout called. I thought Coventry called all their timeouts. We might have been mistaken on our count then. Thought Coventry had called all their timeouts. Well, they do stop the clock, and it's 27 seconds left. So 27 seconds left from the 19-yard line. If you're Coventry, your run game has been working. Do you put Carnival's shoulder down and try to bunch one through?
I don't know if I would go that far. I mean, they're still pretty far out. They're at around, what is that? They're around the 14-yard line. I mean, you'd be able to get maybe 2 plays out of that by doing it that way, or go to the passing game. It is 2nd down and 6 as well, so unless he can get out of bounds quick.
2nd and 6 from the 14, 27 seconds left to go. And thank you for tuning in tonight on Fans Only Sports Network. As they now blow the whistle to set, Nurmi in the backfield along with Carnival. Fakes to Carnival. Goes looking for the pass. Deep fade route. Caught. Touchdown, Cam Vesey. Well, just do it that way, I guess.
Wow, great way to ISO out the cornerback, get the one-on-one matchup that they wanted, and they finally execute on that one.
So Cam Vesey gets the touchdown, and with 21 seconds left, Oakers lead for the first time tonight, 18-16. We'll see if they line up for the 1 here, or are they going to go for the 2? My apologies, I said 18-13. 18-16, 18-13. Wanting to put a field goal on the board, hoping for a miracle at the end of the half. They're going to go for the 2 here, trying to get the end-around run, jet sweep, and it works. And that's Santilli with the run for the 2. And it's 20-13.
Momentum has been switched, as there's been 20 points scored in this quarter alone by the Oakers.
So the Falcons are going to have to come up with something miraculous on the kickoff, or they're going to find themselves headed into the locker room trailing after having led most of this game. Coventry back in action next Friday against Cranston East. Falcons back in action right here against West Warwick. And we'll have that game for you right here on Fans Only Sports Network next Friday night. Kickoff time 7 p.m. Actually, for a point of purpose, 7 p.m. kickoff on all the Friday games. Makes it very easy to say throughout the season. Here's a huge run back on the kickoff up to midfield. And it's going to be on the arm of Matt DeFusco now as a big run. up to midfield. Was Noah Ciceron. Surprised to see him catching a kickoff. Not exactly a normal spot we'd see, but he got the job done. DeFusco, shotgun. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls, throws one that gets dropped, and then a huge hit after the play, after the whistle. Not sure why that was even necessary. And the Cranston West coach is right behind the side judge, certainly having a little bit of a conversation why there wasn't a flag thrown. It was clearly off the ball and after the whistle. 10 seconds left. Ball at the 49. 2nd and 10. DeFusco, shotgun snap, rolls this time, fakes a little, throws one deep, long, and it will be incomplete out of the hands of Hudson Carvalho. 4 seconds left, and now you've got to go all the way downfield to the house if you're going to try to pull this one off. 3rd and 10. Thank you to our sponsors, PAG Projects. For all your landscaping and snow removal needs, contact PAG Projects. Second time around sports in Cranston, and Manny's Sports now reopened in Cumberland, Rhode Island. DeFusco rifles this one. It goes out of the venues of any Falcons players, and that brings us to the end of the first half. The Coventry Okers have flipped the script and rattled off 20 unanswered points. It's 20-13 Coventry at the half. The Cranston West Falcons will get the kickoff to receive the second half. We're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back. You're watching Rhode Island High School football on Fans Only Sports Network.
Lynch sets back. Pass complete to Fernandez, and he's going to pick up about 6. He gets through 2 defenders. Coming out is White, and he is first to the ball. Amish regains right at the top of the circle, in, clicks off, and a goal.
That pass play intercepted! And it's going to be taken all the way to the house.
Switching sides. Good communication there to have Asadi hit that one. And finally a mistake.
Here's a run up the middle, barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown goes. Spacey's going to cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in?
Poppy in motion. Right up the gut is Brooks, and he will find the end zone.
Falcons nil, and then a shot on goal. Riil over the top. Gets taken down and played no call move. Pops out to the line. Picked up here by Giuliano. Giuliano gets fielded out of the play. Oh, and a backhanded shot and a score by number 11, Colin Riil.
Working around the end board. Jones puts it up the side. They're looking for the point. Fire back in. Right up in the play. Now again another shot by Hogan. Fired one. Heading up here. A big hit down in the corner there. Barrett. And a score! Right off the hit. The score! DJ LeClaire ties it! It's got saved by Slaughter. Wrap around from door! Hits with the flex thing and fires. It goes right in front. Right in front and they score! On the power play. Jones hits from back. In the pocket, they fire and it. Hang on to your hat, folks. It's 3-2 with 1 second.
And it's picked up again here and fired home by Moretti. The Hendricken offense. Oh, deep borderline record rester.
And they got it into the goal. They start for 6-2. And
McKenzie fires one on save by Carr. 24 seconds remaining. In the man advantage, 5-10 remaining in the field. There's a shot, the score! Short-handed by Ali. Lynch sets back. Pass complete to Fernandez, and he's going to pick up about 6. He gets through 2 defenders. Coming out is White, and he is first to the ball. Amish regains right at the top of the circle, in, clicks off, and a goal!
That pass play intercepted! And it's going to be taken all the way to the house. Hey,
Switching sides. Good communication there to have Asadi hit that one. And finally a mistake.
here's a run up the middle, barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown goes. Spacey's going to cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in?
Poppy in motion. Right up the gut is Brooks, and he will find the end zone.
Falcons nil, and another shot on goal! Riil over the top. Gets taken down and play no call made. Pops out to the line. Picked up here by Giuliano. Giuliano gets fielded out of the play. Oh, and a backhanded shot and a score by number 11, Colin Riil.
Working around the end board. Jones puts it up the side. They're looking for the point. Fire back in. Right up in the play. Now again another shot by Hogan. Fired one. Heading up here. A big hit down the but he scores! On the power play, Dose hits the back. In the process, they fire it. Hang on to your hat, folks. It's 3-2 with 1 second.
And it's picked up again here and fired at home by Moretti. The Hendrickson offense. Deep! Borderline! Wreck and Rester!
And they have it into the goal. A back force gets 2. And
McKenzie fires one on save by Carr. 24 seconds remaining. In the minute, granted 5-10 remaining in the bill. There's a shot to score! Short-handed by Ali. Chris, you ready? Oh, we're going. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot we got this too. What are we talking about for this half?
I'll just follow my lead. Welcome back. Halftime here at the Nest. The Cranston West Falcons trailing the Coventry Okers 20-13. Falcons got off to a great start, and then all of a sudden the script flipped.
Yeah, it looks like they were getting a little gassed out there, subs being a huge factor in this one, and Coventry's been taking all advantage of that, especially with the run game downhill every play 4 or 5 yards.
Right, we talked about depth of the lineup. You look at the Coventry Okers roster, it's about 3 pages deep, about 70 players on the field. You look at the Cranston West Falcons roster, you can fit it all on one page.
Yeah, that comes a big factor, and conditioning is also huge. You got to make sure with a small roster you're conditioned through 4 quarters.
On both sides of the football, it really seemed to be the players wearing the number 1 jerseys, whether it was Marcus Chung on the side for the Falcons, Cam Vesey obviously on the side for the Okers.
Yeah, we saw Chung taking over in the first quarter, and we saw Vesey taking over in the second quarter. We'll see if there's a new breakout star for the next quarters.
Yeah, some big running plays as well, too, from up the gut on both sides of the ball. It was a lot of it from number 29 for the Okers.
Yeah, we've seen 29 from the Okers. We've seen 21 from the Falcons, both the 2 fullbacks going to work today.
So we'll see what comes up here in the second half. Falcons won the toss back at the beginning of the game. They deferred, and so they went for receiving the kickoff to start the second half. They're going to get the kickoff right here as the teams are coming back out to take the field. You're watching Rhode Island High School football on Fans Only Sports Network. Welcome back to the Nest at Cranston West High School. Second half action between the Coventry Okers and the Cranston West Falcons about to get underway right here on Fans Only Sports Network. We thank you for tuning in tonight. All Cranston West Falcons football games through the fall season, that is home games here at the Nest, will be right here on Fans Only Sports. That's fansonly.sportz.com. Matt Ellis alongside Chris Carbone Jr. Tyler Ferreira is our cameraman. Mason Belcher, our producer. We want to thank our sponsors. Second time around sports in Cranston, Rhode Island. Manny's Sports now reopened on Mendon Road in Cumberland, and PAG Projects for all of your landscaping and snow removal needs. Contact PAG Projects for more information. And I know, having gone through my very first Rhode Island winter last year, having moved up here in December, you need snow removal needs if you don't live in an apartment complex like I do and get it taken care of for you. Hopefully we will not have 40 inches of snow again this winter, though they were talking the other day on the news that the Farmer's Almanac says we're in for a very cold and snowy winter, so we might be having 40 and then some. We'll see what happens. Falcons are going to get the second half kickoff here, and hopefully try to put 6 on the board and bring this game back, as they trailed 20-13 after having led this game twice at 7-0 and then at 12-6, and then now they find themselves trailing here 20-13.
Yeah, we got to see. It's a completely new game. You picture it 0-0 right now. You got to win these next couple quarters, and I say whoever wins these quarters will end up winning the game.
Coventry has the opposite side of the crosstown rivalry, as they have Cranston East next week. The Falcons will be back here next Friday night against West Warwick before their first road game of the season at Shea, and then home against North Kingstown, completing the September swing for the Falcons. The West Warwick game and the North Kingstown game will be available right here on Fans Only Sports Network. 12 minutes on the clock, a pigskin on the tee, and we're ready for third quarter action. Booming high end over end kick coming down at the 11, up to the 20, spinning through to the 27-28 yard line, and will set up 1st and 10 for the Falcons. Looked to be Noah Polian with the run back there. So the Falcons special teams playing a bit of rotation. As DeFusco trots out with Carvalho and Stetson, as they set 1st and 10 from the 28. Chung and Carvalho wide. Stetson in the backfield. Takes the snap, handoff, big run through the middle. On his way, Braden Stetson. Can he take it all the way? He does, to the house. Braden Stetson. A 60-yard run for a touchdown.
What a run by the big man, using his speed, of getting past that first level, and then he was off to the races and no one was catching him.
Well, that's a highlight reel that he's going to want. Talk about a way to put in play of the year nomination right in game number 1. And here you go. Because if Madison Alves can connect this kick, we're going to have a tie ball game just 20 seconds into the half.
It's a great way to open up the half if you're a Falcon fan right there. Great first play to start the half.
Madison Alves making points on the soccer field and points on the football field. See if she can put one through the uprights. Spot down, kick is up. It's no good, wide to the left. So Braden Stetson makes a 60-yard run to the house for 6. And the Falcons missed the point after, and so it stays 20-19. But if you are the Falcons offense, you have just grabbed the pendulum by its cable and swung it completely the other direction.
Yeah, great way to open up the half. Great statement run by Stetson and the whole offensive line blocking, leading for him. Now the defense got to come out here and do the same thing to reward the offense.
Well, they started the first half off on the right foot, a 3-and-out by the Falcons defense. We'll see if they can be able to fix the issues that they had, a bit of a leaky line towards the end of the second half, and see if they can push a 3-and-out here. But what about Matt DeFusco? Just the ability to see where the play action can come from, making that pullback, kind of dipping his shoulder a little bit, making the fake and opening that gap in the center, allowing Braden Stetson to get through.
Yeah, the fake goes a long way. That's what you're always taught as a quarterback. You have to sell the play even if you have it or don't have it, because you got to fool someone eventually. And right there, he got the middle linebacker for a second, made him freeze for a minute, and that was enough so Brady could get off tackle and get right by him.
So Stetson, a 60-yard run on the play. And just 20 seconds in to the first half, and here's the kickoff. And running the opposite direction, trying to get around the edge, and finally he does before he's pushed out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. Is Geraldo Montanong with the turn. So 1st and 10 for the Oakers from the 36. As they come back out under the direction of the junior quarterback Gavin Nurmi. A very lengthy huddle for the Oakers offense. They are taking about every second they can to set up this play. And a switch at quarterback that does not look like it's Nurmi, and I'm not entirely sure what the Oakers are trying to pull here. It's a pitch play and lit up for about 3 yards there on the pickup. Was number 21, Yandal Sakal. So the Oakers have come out with an entirely different offensive package. Whole team set different. And they've come out with a quarterback under center that they don't even actually have listed on their roster. The number 3. Pushing the line all the way up, getting through to about the 42, 43-yard line. And it's going to leave them with 3rd and a manageable 3. Or 3rd and 4 as they're going to mark it. Inside of 10 minutes left to go here in the 3rd quarter. End around run right through the middle. It's going to pick up a 1st down for the Oakers. And it's number 4. That's Max Letourneau.
Moving the chains again is Coventry, as they have been recently on offense, seeing if they can continue as they pass midfield.
And sets up a 1st and 10. Quarterback run here, flag down in the backfield, and a Falcons player down back behind the midfield line.
Looks like they're going to be calling a blindside block on that one, I believe. Nope, they're waving.
They're going to pick up the flag and wave it off. crushed into on the play. For the Falcons, is number 29. So they wave off the flag on the play, and it's going to be 2nd down and 8 from the 46 with 8:44 left to go. That wedge formation again from the Oakers offense. Short pitch. Big end around run. Letourneau off to the races here. Stiff arms back and then is taken down. He tumbles forward, but it's going to be called down at the 15-yard line, and a 1st and 10 inside the red zone for the Oakers.
Big run off tackle as he ran untouched. It looked like for 30 yards until finally being chased down.
So Max Letourneau, another huge run for the Oakers running back. And he's got them all the way down inside the red zone to the 15-yard line, and it's going to be 1st and 10. And again, that wedge formation. They shift Sakal. Caught in the backfield and hauled down at the 21-yard line. From an attacking defensive end player. So they lose 5 on the play, back to the 21, and sets it for 2nd and 15. Oakers taking a lot of time off the play clock here on this offensive possession. Tied up, they get back to the original line of scrimmage. Setting up 3rd and 10. And the run up the middle there. The Oakers got the ball with about 10 minutes to go in this quarter and have taken it down to about 6 minutes to go. Wrapped up here in the backfield and then barreling through again, still trying to work for it. As Letourneau, the ball popped out. Was he down? They are going to say yes, he was. So Letourneau will get a run to the 6-yard line before the ball is called down on contact. And a few of the Falcons players not exactly happy about that. Unfortunately, no instant replay in high school football. Can't throw a red flag on the field. But to it being, the Oakers have run about 5 minutes of clock time off in this third quarter.
Yeah, doing a great job of killing this third quarter and not giving the Falcons a chance to get back on offense.
We talked during the pregame show about clock management, the Oakers offense showing how to manage a clock in your favor, especially in a one-point game. Here's a barrel all the way through. Good enough, touchdown. It is. Coventry gets it through, and it's Zane Parento, the sophomore running back, puts it into the house for the first time tonight. And the Oakers are up 26-19 with an opportunity to put an extra point on the board.
Whole point of the wedge offense is to get small gains at a time, only about 4 or 5 yards every play, and that's exactly what Coventry did that last possession. And they really killed the clock, as you said. Almost 5 minutes taken off, and now they're taking a possible 8-point lead.
They're going to go here for the 2. Rolling it through, and they get it. It's Letourneau putting it in for 2. 28-19 and a 9-point lead for the Okers with 5:06 left to go here in the third. Little shoulder down shimmy from Max Letourneau. So the Okers have answered the Falcons' quick start to the quarter with a long 5-minute drive for a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to make it a 28-19 game and a 9-point lead.
Still a lot of football left, but not a good spot that West wants to be in. Down 2 possessions late into this third quarter. We've got to put something on the board up this next drive.
And a hobbling Braden Stetson on the sideline for the Falcons does not make it much more easier. He has been hugely crucial today in the run game for the Falcons, and he is not looking good right now. High end over end kick coming down at the 5. Trying to run it back, gets up to about the 20. And the Falcons offense will go to work 80 yards from the end zone with 5 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Falcons back in action next Friday right here at Cranston High School West. 7 p.m. against the West Warwick. We'll have that game for you right here on Fans Only Sports Network. Coventry will be at Stadium against East next Friday at 7. Snap and stood up right at the line of scrimmage there as they have made a switch at quarterback and put in number 5 for the Falcons. And we apologize if we don't have numbers and names to call, as we have the roster of players that you normally see on varsity that normally get the playing time, and now they are putting in a lot of the backups and even maybe some Froshmore players getting a little of time to get a peek at what they'll see next year, all being that this is a injury fund charity game. While we are playing the full game, it's one, as you mentioned during pregame show, doesn't count to the regular season. And here's a big blowing up play in the backfield and hauled down behind the line of scrimmage at the 17. Loss on the play makes it 3rd and 14. As we tick inside of 3.5 here to go in the third. One lone runner in the backfield for the Falcons handoff and trying to barrel through, getting up to the original line of scrimmage of the 20 and setting for 4th and 10. And we'll see the punt unit come on for the Falcons. Tonight's game is brought to you by PAG Projects. For landscaping and snow removal needs, contact PAG Projects. For more information, by Second Time Around Sports in Cranston, Rhode Island, and by Manny's Sports, now open once again on Mendon Road in Cumberland, Rhode Island. Always good to see local businesses bouncing back after a long, lengthy closure due to the pandemic, as this one's going to bounce out. And this is going to bounce out of bounds around about the 45-yard line. So they'll spot it at the 44. The next Fans Only Sports Network broadcast will be right here from the nest again, but this will be for girls soccer as we open the girls soccer season. They will open their regular season on Tuesday. We will have their first home game of the regular season. That will be Thursday, 4 p.m. against the Barrington Eagles right here on Fans Only Sports Network, and then we'll be right back here in the nest again the next night as the Falcons football team will take on West Warwick. That game, 7 p.m. As always, check out fansonlysports.sprtz.com for information on all of our upcoming broadcasts and all of our live podcast shows throughout the course of the week. 13 original series produced by Fans Only Sports Network, including one that I'm very happy about, the return of Rudy's Sports Show coming this month. And I am privileged and honored to be taking over the anchor desk on Rudy's Sports Show after Ron shepherded it so well for the past few years. It's going to be good to get back to doing a live studio show. It's been a while since I did And That's a Game in Sports World Weekly, but to get to take over Rudy's Sports Show is kind of really special. It's a way I feel like I'm now fully in Rhode Island. I've been here almost a year. Now I'm getting a Rhode Island show. I've done all the traditional Rhode Island things over the past year. You know, I had Dells. I got an awful. You know, been around. Been around and seen all the places you're supposed to go see and everything. So I guess I can call myself a Rhode Islander now. 40 seconds left to go here in the third quarter, and a snap, fumble, Falcons ball. Well, there's a way to do something. If you can't stop the offense, figure it out defensively.
There you go. Big turn of events and a big turnover for the Falcons. Hopefully they'll be able to capitalize on this one and put one in before the fourth quarter can hit.
Well, they scored right at the end of the first quarter, so we know that they can do it with just 30 seconds left on the clock. We'll see if they can do this one again. And it would be a huge score to pick up, down 9 with just 1 quarter left to go. Just one lone runner in the backfield, split wide, and they get bottled up right at the line of scrimmage, nowhere to go. The little fumble on the snap had to be quickly scooped up, and it's going to stay 1st and 10, or 2nd and 10. with 11 seconds left to go, and this one is just going to take us to the end of the third quarter. So the Falcons still trail by 9 with the ball at the 45-yard line, 2nd and 10 when we come back for the fourth quarter. You're watching Rhode Island High School football on Fans Only Sports Network.
Lynch sets back. Pass complete to Fernandez, and he's going to pick up about 6. Gets through 2 defenders. Coming out is White, and he is first to the ball. Thomas regains right at the top of the circle. In, clicks off, and a goal.
That pass play intercepted. And it's going to be taken all the way to the house. Hey,
Switching sides. Good communication there to have Asadi hit that one. And finally a mistake.
here's a run up the middle, barreling hard and into the end zone. Touchdown goes. Spacey's going to cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in?
Poppy in motion. Right up the gut is Brooks, and he will find the end zone.
Falcons, no, another shot on goal. Riil over the top.
Welcome back inside Cranston High School West Stadium. The final 12 minutes of action to go in this injury fund charity fundraiser game between the Cranston West Falcons and the Coventry Okers. A great way to start the Rhode Island High School football season. Falcons just recovered a fumble with about 20 seconds left to go in the half and couldn't really get anything out of it, so they set here for the final 12, 2nd and 10 from the 46. Trailing by 9. As the clock starts. And a run off the edge picks up about 3 on the play. And we get to a 3rd and 6. As the Falcons line up, I formation backfield, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Snap, bobbled, fumble, rolling for it, and it's recovered by the Falcons offensive line, and so 4th down, staying at the original line of scrimmage. And 4th and 7 from the 49. Both teams putting in a lot of substitutes, a lot of new players. Getting just a chance to see some live game action as we kick off what will be a full and regular Rhode Island High School football season, or so we at least pray for. Snap here, handoff in the backfield, lit up right behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 on the play. And it's going to be a turnover on downs, and that'll set up 1st down for the Okers from the 45. Well, if the Okers run that wedge formation that they ran on their final series, that'll take us to the end of the game.
Yeah, it looks like that's what they might be doing. Get out of here with the win. Big game for Coventry coming up, playing a Division I team. This has to be a huge confident booster going into them for their rest of their regular season as they look to repeat, but in a higher division. That'll be huge if Coventry can do so.
Okers will have the Cranston East Thunderbolts at Stadium next week. Falcons right back here against West Warwick. End around run. Here's Letourneau off to the races. Max Letourneau to the house, touchdown. Well, instead of taking 6 minutes, it took one play. Max Letourneau to the house. It's 34-19 Oakers.
That was a statement run right there as he's able to get to the outside and take the long run to the house to increase that score even more.
See if they set up for the kick here or if they're going to go for the two. Either way, a one or a two would essentially put this game pretty much out of reach. They're taking all the time here. They're going to be in danger of delay of game if they're not careful. There is a play clock in high school football. Most stadiums just don't have a play clock on the field, so it's really all counted by the referees, obviously, but we do see delay of games get called in high school football. It's not like you just have open-ended time. They're going to go for the two here. Wedge play, trying to punch it through the middle and hauled down. So it will stay 34-19. Daniel Parent tried to get the run in there for the Oakers. As the clock continues to run and not in favor of the Falcons. It's going to make it harder and harder for them to try to be able to claw anything back with the lengthy lead put in by the Oakers. If you're the Falcons, you've got to put this one out of your heads because you've got to very quickly start to think about how it counts. And you've got a very difficult team in West Warwick coming in as this one's going to bounce all the way back into the end zone for a touchback. Falcons at least get to stay home, but they've got a very difficult team in West Warwick coming in next week.
Yeah, West Warwick's another one of those under teams that isn't in the Division One, but is still a powerhouse in their division that they are in, and they're another big team like how Coventry is. So we know that West struggles against the size, but we'll see if their speed can help them with that one.
That's, of course, also one, though, that does count to the regular season record. We should see the normal lineups, normal rosters, and see players like DeFusco playing a whole entire game, seeing Chung in there for an entire game, seeing that backfield with Stetson and Polian and others in for a full game next week.
That would be good to see all of them for a whole 4 quarters of football.
And see what the Falcons' retooled defense can do as well. They seem to fare pretty decently within the first quarter and a half of this game as being wrapped up in the backfield here, but snaking way through for a pickup of about 4 yards on the play. The Falcons running back gets it to the 25 and a 2nd and 5. Four and change left to go here in the 4th. In terms of the fall football season, we'll have all Cranston West home games right here on Fans Only Sports Network. Central High School home games also available here on Fans Only Sports Network. And a third school, which we'll be announcing within the next day or so. There is another school about ready to bring their broadcasts to Fans Only Sports Network. So stay tuned to Fans Only Sports, SPRTZ.com, or all of our social medias, Instagram and Twitter at FO Sports SPRTZ. Find out where we're going to be around the Ocean State. They run on the edge and then hauled down at midfield. And that's number 22 for the Falcons, and that's Noah Ciceron. So a manageable 2nd and 1 with 3 minutes left to go here in the fourth. Falcons would love to just claw a little bit back and make this have a better look to it. Picking up 2 and good enough for the first down. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Falcons, and Jack Macher getting a little bit of varsity time. Macher, a sophomore, and we'll see him coming up in the Froshmore football games. Yeah, actually, thank you for reminding me, as the name sounds very familiar to me also. Yeah, I called his name a couple of times during lacrosse games as a freshman. Ciceron with another run here as it comes down inside of the 2 minutes to go in the fourth. Our next live broadcast right here from the Nest Thursday night. Cranston West girls soccer against the Barrington Eagles, 4 p.m. Caught in the backfield there and dropped for a loss of 1 on the play. Sets 2nd and 11. Minute 15 left to go. Chris, what do you take from this game?
I take that when this Falcons team has their starting core out there, they can be a very, very good football team, especially when they have the backfield of Stetson, Chung, and all the other guys that they have back there. And taking out it from Coventry, it shows that they have a lot more depth than what the Falcons had, even being a D3 come-up team.
Here's a run up the middle, picks up about 3 on the play. It's going to set 3rd and about 7, and they're going to be with about 40 seconds left to go, and maybe the Falcons will get one more play off here before the end of the game, but the Okers are going to walk out of this one with a 34-19 victory to kick off the Rhode Island High School football season. Last play of the game here. Empty backfield. 1 in the backfield, actually. Man in motion. Snapped. Handed off. Ciceron's going to get up for about 6 or 7. He's going to be just shy of a first down marker. It's going to be 4th and 1, but the clock's going to hit zeros. And we've reached the end of the game, and the Coventry Okers have walked out with a 34-19 victory to start the season. I want to thank our sponsors, PAG Projects, Second Time Around Sports in Cranston, and Manny's Sports, now open once again on Mendon Road in Cumberland, Rhode Island. We'll be right back here in the next Friday. Cranston West Falcons against West Warwick. Kickoff time 7 p.m. For our cameraman Tyler Ferreira, producer Mason Belcher, my broadcast partner Chris Carbone Jr., I'm Matt Jolis. Thank you so much. We'll see you next weekend. What? Go to your title card. Just go to your title card. No, go ahead and you can end your stream.